Here it comes from Cresswell, and it's headed away by Tottenham. Comes to the edge of the box, Winks with a good touch. It'll run for Lanzini! Oh my word! West Ham have done it! They've come back from 3-0 down, and it is an extraordinary strike from Lanzini.
What a goal, what a moment, what a way to start the show. If you're in the market for some more West Ham content, then welcome here to the Leytonstone Tavern in East London for episode 3 of Inside Irons, where we should be able to sort you out. I'm Chris Skull. Joining me, my co-host, as always believe in your soul, the big man, Carlton Cole is here. And also, let's meet our guest this week. 5 Premier League appearances since his debut in February of last year. He wears number 31 this season. He's come straight from Rush Green training ground. Ben Johnson is here. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We have got an action-packed show, guys, full of good news. We're going to be talking about what went on at White Hart Lane on Sunday. We'll be chatting to Ben. Psycho Stuart Pearce will be joining us. And we'll be looking ahead at City, who must be shaking in their boots after our recent form. But before all that, it's one of the greatest Premier League comebacks ever. 3-0 down, 10 minutes left. We know what happens next. Let's take a look at the highlights of that 3-3 draw with Tottenham Hotspur.
Here's Harry Kane looking to launch one for Heung-min Son, and he has picked out his strike partner, and Son goes for goal, and what an incredible start! 45 seconds, and it is that combination again. Kane to Son, goal! Kane, and again Harry Kane! Well, he left Fabianski standing, an assist and a goal. What a start this has been for Harry Kane. This is Heung-min Son. Reguilon clips on across. Kane! He's done it again! 3 up in 16 minutes, and Kane involved in every single one of them. Oh, well, they've been caught by surprise by Fabian Balbuena. And has it come too late to prompt the reality of a revival here for West Ham? It's so foul. Oh, it's another one! Now hang on. Despair for Sanchez, and Tottenham, from a position of comfort, suddenly find themselves holding on. Cresswell sends it in towards Rice. He couldn't get near it. Snodgrass was hoping it would drop. Lanzini! Oh, it's incredible! What a goal from Lanzini! And the most unlikely of comebacks from West Ham United has happened!
The first team in Premier League history to avoid defeat after being 3-0 down in the 81st minute. One of West Ham's greatest ever Premier League goals. Ben, you were there. You travelled with the squad. You were in the dugout. What happened after that goal went in?
Oh, carnage, literally. Pearcey was next to me, and I'm wearing a mask, and he's grabbing it, pulling it off. I swear, pulling it off. Everything, just the scenes, man. It's just, you know that one they do. Like, when you're not like on the bench and you're proper analysing the game, and then like see it just flying, you're like, oh my days. You don't know whether to jump or, but yeah, it was just crazy, like seeing the boys. And
did you feel like running onto the pitch too?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Did you get out of your seat?
I got out of my seat, but I've got my trainers and jogging bobs. I can't run.
Yeah. You'll be disrespecting them crepes though. Them crepes are nice.
What was the dressing room like after the game? What was the atmosphere?
It was just like elation, literally. Like the boys, you can't describe that feeling. Like everyone was just like on top of the world, really. Like, and that's the bond we all want, and was what we was craving for last season. Last season was tough, from Saturday evening and from last season is like night and day, literally. So to win the previous 2 games and then get a draw when we're down and out is like an amazing feeling, and gives you confidence going into Saturday's game. So
massive. Speaking of confidence, like Manu Lanzini, what a goal from him. How was he after the game?
Like, the thing is, you expect that, like, a man of his quality, do you know what I mean? Like, seeing it in training, how he shoots and how he moves, how sharp he is, and obviously he's not been in the team as much as he would want. But to come on and do that goes a long way.
Do you think like he needs to be respected a little bit more because of the graft that he's put in since he's come back from his injury?
Yeah.
I feel like he's basically one of those ones where, you know, when you're trying to get back on form but it's not coming for you, and then everyone starts to doubt you, saying, "No, he's not the same player." And I think that goal there actually rewards him with how I'd say impactful his patience has been.
Yeah, I agree with you, Coley. Like, the fans, of course, have their opinions.
Yeah.
And they only see like on a Saturday, but
Yeah.
you don't actually see what Manu can do from day to day.
Yeah. And how hard he works.
And a lot of the other players will get stick, but you don't see like how good they actually are.
Yeah.
Like in training and things like that. And obviously, you're not going to have a good game every game. So just to see him score that goal, and like it's been tough for him with the injury. That's a terrible injury to have, and he actually has bounced back. And whenever he's played, he's done well. So
yeah, because I saw a quote that he says, "Now I'm ready." Like he feels ready.
Yeah.
That he's back. He's gonna be performing to his peak again, and that just it makes it all much better for everybody else, knowing that he's putting so much work into his craft, and even in the training ground now he's converting it into the pitch. Like all that, which I saw what we want to see, innit?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, such a great news story for to be as a West Ham fan. But one of the best things about that kind of result and the way we got that point was the reaction on social media. And there was one tweet in particular that I absolutely loved. Coley, let's have a look at the big screen and see this. Look at that, the satisfaction, Coley. Absolutely loved it.
Mate, look at my Nashers, bro. I didn't know they were so bad. Like, look at them. That's why Joe Cole called me Dougie the Digger.
no,
dig up some turf, innit?
But one other thing that did the rounds of social media was as Lanzini gets substituted on, Kevin Nolan comes over with a clipboard and he's pointing some stuff out to him.
Yeah.
Carlton, you work with Kevin Nolan, Ben, you do as well. What do you think was in that clipboard? What was the advice that was given?
He's probably saying how to set up on like that. Actually, where to stand on a free kick or a set play.
Yeah.
We want you here. We want you here.
So something really boring, not like
Something
really
boring,
inspirational.
but he's actually got a part to play in it, because obviously it was a free kick, and he's obviously told them, listen, just drift outside the box, and that's what you want your players to do. The ones that are not in the box, you got the ones that are not doing anything. Well, seem like they're not doing anything to cover the box, so nothing gets back out if it gets cleared. Yeah. So he's there to secure that, isn't he? So he's got to get the ball, then he keeps play going.
And Ben, it's not just that good point against Spurs. We've been in great form before that. We beat Wolves 4-0, which you played in. We did Leicester 3-0 away. It just feels like we're just in such confidence and energy in the team at the moment.
Yeah, for me, our team, of course, we're nowhere. Well, we sort of are like, remember Chelsea when they got spanked when they played the 4? Then Conte changed to 3. I think like that 3 at the back gives you so much security and just suits like our playing style and the players we have. And I think our defenders are really good defending individually. And if you have 3 centre-halves, that gives you security. One's always backing each other. So, and having the wing-backs bombing on, that's Arthur's game down to a T. Like getting, just tearing up guys, and having Vlad and Ryan on the other side with their pace and their defending skills is really good. And then having Declan Thomas to secure that, and then you got the front 3, Mikey, Jared, Pablo, just signed Benrahma as well. So we're good all over the pitch.
Mate, we're covered. We actually got cover on each position now, which we really needed. Just have that strength in depth now, which I can see that's what we was trying to build all this time. Obviously, everyone will say that at the start of the window, everyone was a bit nervous on, we ain't got no one coming in. But now you can see that, okay, there was a method to the madness. Do you know what I mean? Because we've got cover everywhere now on every blade of the pitch and every position. So I think we should be in for a better season than last year.
Well, Ben, 7 points over the last 3 Premier League games, 10 goals, and you actually played a big role in the start of that run, playing in the 4-0 win over Wolves. How are you feeling at the moment?
I feel good. I feel like I'm integrating myself into the team as a young player, which can be difficult and daunting. And I just feel more comfortable with the lads now, and in training and in games, like I feel comfortable and feel like I'm at the level. So I just want to continue to improve.
Yeah, man. Exciting times for all West Ham fans. And like we said, balmy celebrations after that last-minute Lanzini equaliser. But one man in particular really seemed to enjoy it. The gaffer, David Moyes. Let's have another look at that celebration again.
I was hoping it would drop. Lanzini! Oh, it's incredible!
Love it, Coley. You love to see that passion from a manager.
Unbelievable. It's Mourinho-esque, isn't it? Running down the line.
Is that what you're like on the touchline?
Nah. I ain't got that sort of passion. Well, I haven't actually been put in that situation where it's like a last gasp winner, and probably I wouldn't react the same way. But I know how I reacted in my living room, I tell you that.
Well, another man who absolutely loved it was the 2001 Hammer of the Year first team coach, psycho Stuart Pearce, who we caught up with a little bit earlier on today.
Pearce, 1-1. An absolute bullet.
Welcome, Stuart. You've been in the game a long time. Have you ever seen anything like that come back on Sunday?
Well, I think when you've been around the game for a while, there's probably only maybe, I don't know how many games you would have that are really, really memorable like that. I remember going to Tottenham with Manchester City and turning a 3-0 around and winning 4-3 when we were down at 10 men. But that game seemed that little bit more special, to be fair. I think the character that the team showed when you're 3-0 down after 15, 16 minutes, it showed some real character to keep doing the things that you knew would get us back in the game. And I think their work ethic as a team really sort of got them the opportunity to get a foothold back in the game again.
Yeah. What was your initial reaction? Like, obviously, what was you going to say at half time? What spun it around for the lads with their mentality? What would you say?
I think the genuineness within the squad, if I'm being honest with you, we saw things during the first half that we felt as though we got in advanced areas with possession of the ball, but we probably really weren't affecting their goal as much as we could. But the fact that we were getting in those advanced areas, we never said to the squad of players, look, we can get back into this game, the next goal, that type of thing. It's a throwaway line. But in all honesty, we felt it. We felt as though the way the team were playing, the fact that they didn't go under, their heads hadn't dropped in any way, shape or form. And you know and I know, when you go 3-0 down in any match, especially so soon, you're thinking it could end up 6 rather than being 3-3. That is for sure. But it's just general, their demeanour and how they carried on and played the game accordingly. There's a real genuineness within the team.
It's really interesting you say that. I watched the post-match interviews and Jose Mourinho said after the game, this is a very different West Ham team to the team of last season, which I thought was really interesting. What do you think the difference is between this season and last season?
Well, I weren't with the team, obviously, last year, so it was difficult for me to tell sort of inside the building and the mentality and the work ethic of the players on the training pitch. I really can only say that what I've seen this time round, I think there's a real togetherness. The standard of training is very high at the moment. Day on day, there's an improvement there. And I think the most important thing when you're a coach, especially, and probably from Dave's point of view, that the players outside the starting 11 come on and had a real impact in that game. You know, whether it be Stods getting a free kick that ended up in one of the goals, whether it be Manu scoring, whether it be Yarmolenko running an length for the pitch to stop Gareth Bale scoring and contributing into one of the goals as well. You know you've got a good squad ethic about yourselves when all the players that are not starting are doing those type of things.
Yeah, it's like when I was playing, I thought the best form of management was always to keep the players that weren't starting happy in a squad. And I think it shows that you've got to be able to, like, you know how it goes sometimes. Some of the ones that are not playing feel a bit disheartened, and when they come on, they're not giving their all. But it seems to me like how you've got it shaped up that everybody that is not starting, they're happy as well to do their part when they get called upon.
Yeah, I totally agree. As I say, you know the game inside out. You know what it's like. You can't ever be happy to be not in the starting 11, but the only way you answer that is your reaction on the pitch for the team. And I think, you know, it was nice to come back in the dressing room. I come in the dressing room 3-0 down with a thought process that with this genuine group of players, we got every chance of turning. I'd like, what happens when we get one goal, the impact that has on Tottenham. And to be fair, it was the work ethic that they encompassed. And you're right, what you say, the ones outside the 11 are the ones that have got to have the real impact, and you've got to keep them happy, and they've got to fight for a place. But at this moment in time, I think Dave's going towards getting things how he wants. There's a good work ethic within the group, and that's got to underpin everything that we do.
Yeah, Stuart, everyone's talking about this magnificent Spurs result, but it's almost, we forget that we've just beat Wolves 4-0, we did Leicester 3-0, another 2 exceptional performances before this one.
Yeah, I mean, we're just bolting that Tottenham result, if you like, on the back of the 2 other good results. I think the important thing for us as a football club, and I've seen it from within at West Ham and from afar with West Ham, you've got to make sure that the only thing that matters is the next game, and that's a mentality that Dave will be drumming into them. We've had some, apart from the Newcastle game, which disappointed us greatly, we've had some solid performances, whether the results have gone our way or not. We need to make sure that we give a consistency of solid performances in every game, and then you take whatever results come your way.
And just quickly, you mentioned it in the interview, you've only rejoined at the start of this season, but I was just looking at the backroom team we've got now as a real dream team. Yourself, Kevin Nolan, Alan Irvine. How pleased are you to be back?
Yeah, I think we're doing that well here. We might go on the road as a boy band.
I think it will work, Stu. Boyzone Anonymous.
On a serious note, I think what Dave's done, and from a personal aspect as well, the fact that he was quite vocal about getting me back in again afterwards. I've kept in contact with him since last time I was here, and when he come back in again, we've always been pretty constant, and he's been trying to get me back through the door. But what I think he's got a good work ethic in his coaching staff, and so as well, individuals that have got slightly different, probably personality skills, if you like, which all bodes well to give the players the best service we can offer them.
Yeah, because what I noticed as well, like obviously when Moisey was off and he had to self-isolate, I noticed that's when you guys have to come to the fore and do your part in each individual and bring all your strengths to the picture, which I think is it's good for him to notice that you've all got a quality that he needed when he's off. So well done to you guys.
Yeah, I think the big thing there was definitely Alan Irvine and the trust that the manager has with Irv. Irv's a manager in himself, full stop. But I've got to say, from Dave's point of view, he watched every training session, the cameras at the ground, he logged on to that, watched every training session. He had a Zoom call with us before training to tell us what he wanted us to deliver in the training sessions. And obviously, exactly game day, he picked the team, he done the tactics leading into the game, and he was in contact with me for 90 minutes, I
saw you on the old blower with the funny wire coming out of it. I didn't know they'd done them phones anymore. I brought it up on Talk Sport. I was having a little banter about it.
Listen, all I can tell you is I'm pleased to be back, that he ain't on the phone anymore. Make no mistake about that.
Last question. Up next, Manchester City, a team you used to manage. How's preparation going?
Yeah, really good. We're going to sit and have a chat with the chief scout now about preparation for City. And listen, we know their quality. It's going to be a fantastic test for us as a football team. But I think the players should be looking forward to the challenge. And the beauty of the Premier League, every week is a challenge. The things that you've done well last week, you have to tinker with slightly and improve. We're taking on one of the best teams in the country, well, 2 of the best teams over the next 2 weeks. So you have to approach every game as though it's your cup final.
Fantastic stuff. Well done for the last few games and best of luck on Saturday. Cheers, Stuart.
Cheers, gentlemen. Take care. Good to talk. Catch you soon.
Stuart Pearce there, Ben. Now, Ben, you were born in the year 2000. How much do you know of the career of Stuart Pearce?
Since he's come to the club, I know a bit more, but like you say, born in 2000. I only started remembering football from 2006, 2007. So I wouldn't know too much. I know obviously he was a really good player, really good left back. Played for England many times, scored loads of goals.
Yeah.
And Forest legend, West Ham legend as well. So to do that at different clubs is really good and really
England
tough to
legend.
do. Yeah, England legend.
England legend, man.
So yeah, and getting to know him more, like off the pitch and on the pitch, like I wouldn't associate Psycho with Stuart Pearce, but
probably calm down a bit now.
So yeah, he's a really cool guy, and definitely has helped me a lot from coming in. He's only been there a couple of months on his second stint.
But when you see someone like that, you see he goes the extra mile, and it's amazing to see. So have a mentor like that, and obviously you play in the same position as well. Like he knows your position. Like it must be excellent for you.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like just the way he encourages, like he gives constructive criticism, but like that's what you need at this level to improve, and he'll encourage you when the time is right and when you've done something good, and it's not like he's always on you. He might get you to the side or show you a clip in the morning before you have your breakfast or whatever, and like the way he does it and goes around the place, and that's like all the coaching staff, so it's like a really good environment.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, one man who loves to score in London derbies is our hero of the hour, Manu Lanzini. Let's have a look at his top 5 against capital opposition.
Places, the only blot on the copybook, a late goal for Lanzini. Not much consolation in that for West Ham, though, who were poor on the day. Spurs now 12 games.
West Ham have let in 15 goals in their last 5 games. The most poorest defensive record in the Premier League. Change of shape, change of approach today. Press well, lovely! Lanzini! Delivery was delightful. The finish, a picture of finesse.
John, this is a goal that's all about quality. Saka. Now Payet. Lanzini! Oh, it's magnificent! A wonderful goal! Lanzini puts West Ham in front.
What a finish that is. This would be a great angle from here, Tony. Look at that, up and over Courtois.
It's headed away by Tottenham, comes to the edge of the box, winks with a good touch. It'll run for Lanzini! Oh my word! West Ham have done it! They've come back from 3-0 down, and it is an extraordinary strike from Manuel Lanzini. He's absolutely mobbed by his teammates. Tottenham players are on the floor, on the turf. They cannot believe it. Jose Mourinho moves across to the West Ham technical area. This is extraordinary stuff here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Some quality Manuel Lanzini goals there. Ben, how many of you scored like that in training?
Oh, plenty.
That's what they all say, isn't it?
Plenty. But when it comes to a game,
Really? Coming across you like that, you slapped it outside.
Oh, no, not like that, definitely. But like Henry just flipping pass it in.
Henry said, Henry.
Nonchalant, just pass it in. But like, definitely more as I've grown up, like admiring strikers and people who can score goals like that and score consistently, because the pressure to actually score a goal in that position is tough at the top level. So, like, hats off to the strikers out there, and Coley.
Coley, you said you scored a goal like that in training early in Herbersley's reign.
Yeah, so only in training though. Like, I could do certain stuff, produce certain magic, but only in training. Didn't bring it to the big time, did I? It's like I was reserving it just for training. I was the best training player, wasn't I? Till this day. Till this day.
Yeah. But did that goal like change your relationship with Alan Kirby?
You
scored that goal and he looked at you differently.
Yeah. So obviously we were struggling for strikers at the time, and then he's looking around to see what he's got in training, as you do. as a coach, and then I scored this banger in training, and I knew he had to like take me seriously after that. Do you know what I mean? And then I did start playing after that, to be honest, because he remembered that I can actually do these things. So just give me the chance, and I started playing after that.
Yeah, amazing. Well, 7 points over the last 3 Premier League games, and we're now in the top half of the table. So let's take a look at it. So there we go, Ben. Look at the top half of the table. Everton, Villa, right up there, ahead of Liverpool at the moment.
Yeah, I know it's mental, isn't it? Like you'd never say Villa would. Well, you'd never think Liverpool would concede 7. And against, like, no disrespect to Villa, but they just scraped it staying up. But now they're in the top 4. Of course, it's early, but still.
Yeah.
But look, we'll say Everton. I kind of expected Everton to be around that this year.
Really?
But not obviously first at this time. But it is early, as we said. But Everton, only because of Ancelotti. And then I saw his signings as well. His signings were unbelievable as well. Some good signings, solid ones. But then you see Aston Villa, and I was not expecting that as Ben said, that they're going to be so high up the table at this point of the season. 4 games in, and they got 4 wins. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah. And look at us there in 9th place. Look, sitting pretty above City at this point.
Yeah, no, but do you know what? I always said we should be aiming for like top 10 this year. I said it at the start of this season, and it didn't look that, because we didn't have any signings and we didn't have the strength in depth that I thought we were supposed to have. It did look a bit iffy, touch and go. But now, especially after the game on Saturday, I really think that it's actually something realistic we can look at.
And, you know, Ben, when you were talking about the cover we've got in all these positions, the amazing players we've got, you talk about the fantastic backroom staff, and some of these results are pulling out. We saw there's some Lanzini goals from the 2015-16 season, the last season at Upton Park. And I feel there's a lot of similarities this season with that season. If you have a look, we're beating Wolverhampton, we're beating Leicester. This is a really good team, isn't it?
Yeah, I think just to touch on what Coley said, like, obviously the anxiety of maybe the fans, they might want to see a signing, but at the end of the day, like, our squad is strong. Like, and it will see, we maybe don't need signings. It would be maybe a waste to sign someone, and then we've got our 11, and then it's going to be tough for them to get in the side. So I think the way we finished last season, coming back from obviously the lockdown and staying up comfortably and taking the form into this season, I think is just, teams are going to be weary of us, you know, and even the top teams.
Yeah, well, it's an exciting time. Up next is another tough game, but we're used to that. Let's get in the mood to tackle the blue half of Manchester with our top 5 goals against City.
Here's Diame. Hanging ball in from Razvan Rat. Downing's header. Morrison. Might come for Basté! The offside flag stays down. And Ricardo.
What a fantastic goal from Carlton Cole! All the skill was his on the right foot overhead. A sensational start for West Ham.
2 teams so desperate to succeed in the FA Cup this season. There's Ashton. And again. Good link-up play. Ashton could be in here. Oh, he is! A super finish from Dean Ashton, the record signing. Didn't really seem to be too much danger at first, but then Ashton took over, turning Distan and beating David James on his near post. Don't think he'll be happy about that. Such quick feet though from Ashton, and such a cool finish too.
Cresswell will take the free kick from the right-hand side. It's a left-footed drive, brilliant free kick! Absolutely superb from the Merseysider, who slams that past the left hand of Edison. And all credit to West Ham, who've really had a great reaction to going 2-0 down after a deflected goal and an own goal. They've got a goal back, and it's Cresswell. West Ham 1, Man City 2.
Right, so up next, it's Pep's men. Manchester City are in town. And Ben, you actually made your debut against Manchester City, February 2019. How did you feel coming on the pitch that day?
Just ready for it, really.
Yeah.
For your first start. at left back. I've not really played there too much. Now I have, but yeah, I just felt ready for it really. Like,
surely starting at left back, you could play and you play really well. Now you can play at any position with no fear now, isn't it? Yeah. Like that was ultimate. That was against Man City in the wrong position, and you come out smelling the roses. Mate,
how did you manage that?
I wouldn't say smelling the roses.
You did. Everyone was talking about you, saying how well you done. So you need to take a lot from that because your confidence must have grown since then.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's just human nature, innit? Like playing, you can say like playing against like the top players, and that goes a long way for your confidence, as you say. Like that's maybe a switch that you need in your mind and.
To show that you can actually do it and you're technically at that level where you can perform.
So yeah, it was definitely good for my development as well. Not many boys get to say they played in the Premier League, and obviously as soon as you get that, it's so addictive. Like you want to start to play every week, and so yeah, just working towards that.
Yeah, speaking of development, a big news story last week. Someone with City and West Ham ties, Pablo Zabaleta, announced his retirement. You obviously shared a dressing room with him for quite a while. How much did you learn from him?
Oh, so much. Like Zab was like a top guy. Someone who would lead by example in training, in games. You always knew what you was going to get from him, which for a manager is a massive plus. So just to learn off him and to know, like to pick his brain, like out of possession, in possession, see what he does, even when I'm training, see how he crosses the ball and his body shape and things like that, and him recognising dangers in games, and just to know like he was at a time like probably the best right back in the world, playing the World Cup final, won so many things with City, and to have him is just a crazy experience for him to play for West Ham, and so he done extremely well when he was here, and good luck in his retirement. So
yeah, definitely. We haven't even mentioned our big superstar signing, Benrahma, too much. People may know you're a secret Brentford fan. What can you tell us about Benrahma?
So like Benrahma, I got so when the deal was being done on the day, I obviously, because I already knew about him and everything, but I got a text from Marcus Gill, like a Brentford ambassador, Brentford legend, and he said to me, he goes, "It's a good signing, Coley." I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, he goes, "Mate, he's like the ultimate street baller that can convert it into the Premier League or a first team game." And I was like, that's big coming from him, because Mark is usually very critical about people. But if he's saying to me that this kid is that good, then I believe him, do you know what I mean? Because he does know his players. So I'm just happy that we've signed such a good player to push the others to do well as well. Not just as all the onus is on him and he's going to change our dynamic of football and we're going to be world beaters, but the fact that he's coming for competition, for places, and he's going to up the others that are around him to do even better too. So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, promise it. Ben, have you had a training session with him yet? He's known for nutmegging. Has he nutmegged you yet?
Oh, definitely not. Don't.
I reckon by the end of this season you're going to get nutmegged, mate. Yeah, in training you're definitely going to get
100.
He's going to line you up, mate.
I've already run up to him with my legs like this. Just, 100%.
Let him know.
Like, just so he knows. But I think, of course, we've signed him, and that transfer scenario was going on for ages, wasn't it? So I don't think he's match fit or even training fit. So he's just getting his fitness up. But you can see like the way he shoots, the way he dribbles, the way he just moves, like is just fluid, and he loves that 1-2s and players like that.
I was comparing him to someone like Mahrez. So I'm actually surprised he didn't go to Leicester, to be honest, because I thought he'd be the natural person to replace Mahrez, because I still don't think they've replaced Mahrez. So the fact that we got him makes me feel actually even more buzzing, because I think he's that sort of player that can just switch it on and create a bit of magic.
Yeah, exactly, and that just gives everyone a boost from all parties, the fans, the club, the players, like the players that we can actually attract now. I'm not saying we couldn't attract top players before, but you see like the way we want to go, and things like that. Yeah, exactly. So like definitely be a very good signing.
Yeah. So right, Manchester City at the London Stadium. Coley, we've actually lost our last 5 games against Manchester City at the London Stadium. But this is the first time in 10 years that West Ham have started a Premier League game ahead of Manchester City in the table against Manchester City. Yeah. This is a completely different scenario now, Coley. How do you think it's going to go?
Well, I hope it's a good omen because look, at the end of the day, we know how good Man City are. They won their last game, didn't they? Yeah. So they'll be coming to this game, definitely coming to the game, showing us respect, because obviously what we've done up till now, as I said, it looked like the ship was unsteady before, but it actually looks like we've got it together at the right time. And look, Man City, they're no mugs, obviously, but I think we could still give them a run for their money because they're a good team, but if you show them too much respect, then they'll run over you. But if you go about your business like how, who was it? Not Aston Villa.
Leicester.
Leicester, sorry. Yeah, so Leicester showed their weaknesses, getting in the holes, playing on the shoulder. Vardy kind of like was just playing on the shoulder and they couldn't handle him. So if we can do something similar to that format, let's see if we can upset them and ruffle their feathers a bit.
Yeah, well, we will be going into the game with a lot of confidence. And speaking of confidence, Ben, I wonder if we could have a quick look at this VT.
Hello, my name is Ben Johnson. I'm 16 years old. I'm a midfielder and I've been at West Ham for 9 years. Sometimes I can play wing, midfield. I like to adapt, so I can dribble, pass quick, but need to move more. So my technique, shooting, quick play and dribbling from deep. I'm a celeb. I think that's the only one like I watch, to be honest. So I think that one like is intriguing. So yeah, I think it's entertaining. So yeah, like, I love playing for them, and every session, every week, like the relationship between me and the club gets bigger. So yeah, I really love the club a lot. So.
There you go, Ben, 16 years old. I'm just thinking about the things you said you could do. Dribble, pass quick, you can defend, you can wing it in the tail.
He can do it all, mate. He's not sure he ain't sort of confidence, is he? It's like a young Carlton Cole, mate. Delusional. No, to be honest, you are that good, mate. So keep on believing the hype. It's really good.
Yeah, and the one thing though, I'm a celebrity. Intriguing.
Wow. Those choice of words, that's special. Yeah, intrigued by I'm a celeb.
I've learned a lot in 4 years. I'm definitely matured as well.
Or if you're just trying to get the big word on camera to show that you're intelligent.
100, yeah.
I do the same thing. Me and you, we're on the same page, mate.
Right, before we end, let's have a quick prediction then. Scoreline for the Man City game. You got it almost right for Wolves. You called a big win for West Ham when no one else could see it. What are you saying?
I'm going for another draw, to be honest.
Draw?
I'm going to keep it steady. I know, look, Man City are a good team, man, and they want the points right now. They could smell blood with Liverpool like losing Van Dijk and probably Thiago as well. So I think Man City are going to come strong, man. So we just got all we got to do is be solid and take anything we can get out of this game.
Ben, what are you saying? How do you see it going?
Oof. Of course, I want us to win. I'd go with Coley with a draw. I like you can't predict like the games. You could never predict them before, but especially now, like you see teams turning over teams like you'd never expect it. So yeah, I'd say a draw. I couldn't tell you which way. Like I'm confident we're gonna score, and obviously with the firepower they bring as well. So yeah, I'd say a draw.
What about you though? No,
I'm backing a West Ham win. I'm backing a West Ham win. 3-0. 3-0? Yeah, we're going to do it. I'm as confident as Ben was when he was 16. I can feel it.
You know what? We love the positivity. You've got to feed off that vibe, same vibe. But I'm happy with a 1-1 or a 2-2. I'm happy with that. I mean, don't want to be asking too much of the lads.
Don't want to get greedy.
Don't want to get greedy, that's what I'm saying.
All right, well, Ben, we are going to end this episode of Inside Irons as we always do with our word association game. We're going to name you some ex-teammates, current teammates, West Ham legends. We want a word off the top of your head that describes how you feel about those individuals.
I want to see you come up with some comments. We won't ask you why you called him that.
Let's find out if any of these are intriguing. Okay, are you ready? Manu Lanzini.
Gem.
Jim. Aaron Cresswell.
Walnut.
No, I have to stop it here. Why Walnut?
Just because like his crossing, like his technical ability is a joke. Honestly, like in training, so consistent and like the balls he puts in every time is on the money. So yeah, Walnut.
Yeah. Issa Diop.
Tackler.
I'm thinking.
No,
What did you actually want to say?
No, I wanted to say tackler, but I didn't have another like word for it. So
Combative.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Jared Bowen.
Sharp.
Paul Konchesky.
Lad.
Intriguing.
Lad.
Thomas Souček.
Runner.
Mikel Antonio.
The beast, obviously.
Declan Rice.
Say class.
Connor Coventry.
Ooh. My boy. Bromance. Who comes to mind? Yeah.
Lucas Fabianski.
Safe hands. That's two, but
Yeah, that I can. Angela Ogbonna.
rock.
Steve Potts.
Legend.
Pablo Zabaleta.
Inspiration.
Mark Noble.
Nobes.
Just knows, everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
And lastly, Carlton Cole. The cogs are turning.
Bloody hell, mate. We won't go all day. Don't have to. You can say anything, you know.
Spurs. The volley.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, I love that. 100, yeah.
Oh, that's Spurs.
Don't remember anything else about that game?
Don't worry about that. We'll leave it on the volley.
All right then. Well, that's it for another episode of Inside Irons. Big thank you to Ben Johnson for joining us. Best of luck for the rest of the season. Thank you too to Stuart Pearce and to the big man, Carlton Cole. City kicks off at 12:30 on Saturday. Let's get another 3 points in the bag. We'll be back for the Fulham game. Until then, come on you Irons.